Welcome back, everyone. Thank you all so much for being here today. I have what I think is going to be a good video here for us. It is 5 things in Germany that confuse Americans. Now, from what I understand, these gentlemen are from the U.S. and they are living in Germany, so I'm excited to see, what they have to say and what they get into here. And, let me know if you've either been there or lived there, if they are correct about these, if things have changed, because it's a couple years old of a video, I believe. So, but before we get into it, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell just so you don't miss any of the videos coming up. But without further ado, let's hop into it. 5 things in Germany that confuse Americans.
Air conditioning.
Air conditioning, you're not gonna find it.
Germany has these things called Autobahns, no speed limits. But when you get near a city, blitzers! Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. This is Connor Sullivan and Sal Nacida. We are Americans living in Germany and we have 5 things that you need to know before visiting this country because they could save your life. Make sure to watch to the end because the very last one, you're gonna die if you don't do this.
Literally, you could die if you don't know these.
Seriously, the traffic laws.
Don't tell me that yet. Just beat that out. Yes.
We didn't know these before we came here and we learned the hard way.
Yes.
Hopefully you learned something. If you want to follow us on Instagram, we'll be traveling the world. Hopefully you like the video. Back to the video. 5 things you need to know before you visit Germany. Number 1, and I learned this the hard way when I got here last year. Sunday, grocery stores are closed. You cannot buy food. This is crazy because in America, Target, Trader Joe's, Ralph's, Kroger, wherever you live, it's always open. If I'm hungry like at midnight, I can always find something to eat. If I'm hungry on Sunday, I can always get some burgers or something like that. But here, you go there, you cannot buy food. You have to go on Saturday.
I knew that one.
You have to go on Saturday, and here's the interesting you're gonna need to go on Saturdays, and there's also gonna be a ton of people in line on Saturdays.
Especially at right when the store's closing, it's just packed.
Yes.
So go early on Saturday.
Well, I mean, I kind of knew that, just by what you guys have been saying in the video that we watched. I can't remember what, last week, a couple weeks ago. I can't remember what it was, where it's like, they don't really want you to make noise on Sunday. So I remember that.
Or even Friday if you're smart enough.
Also on holidays, everything is closed.
Yes.
And it's hilarious because the day before a holiday in Germany, you go into the store and it is like the apocalypse is coming.
Pretty much.
Germans just in line fighting over the last water bottle.
And you have to be careful of this. If you have a Sunday and then a holiday on Monday, it's closed 2 days in a row and you are not eating unless you go to the gas station and buy like those little beefy hot dogs.
Yeah,
Number 2 though. Blitzers! I'm not even kidding, dude. This peed me off. Yeah, this made me very upset because in America, you're speeding, whatever, you can kind of do it because you can see cops and only cops can pull you over and give you a speeding ticket. All right, so we break the law a little bit. I do it definitely on the freeway. There's no cops, I'm going over the speed limit. But in Germany and greater Europe area, Italy is the same, France is the same. If you are going over the speed limit, they have these little boxes like that sit on the side of the road, and if you're going 5 to 10 miles per hour over, you don't really know. If you're going 5, all right, well, let me explain it first. If you're going 5 to 10 miles per hour over the speed limit, these things will flash you, get your license plate. Even if you rented the car, send it back to the rental car company, and they'll give you a ticket 3 months later, and obviously the price goes up the longer you wait. I've spent like 800 euros on speeding tickets. Dumb. This is what happens. You're on the freeway, and you're like, oh, there's no cops, I'm good. Do not let a blitzer do that to you. I want to save your life. Make sure you see the speed limit, and if you don't know the speed limit and you're feeling like you want to break the law a little bit, if you are going faster than the people that live in the country you are in, then you deserve a speeding ticket if you get one. Do not be deceived. Germany has these things called Autobahns, no speed limits. But when you get near a city, blitzers everywhere.
Right. And it drops pretty fast. Like you're going from unlimited speed to like 30
I'm not even kidding. They try to get you. Like, there'll be a speed limit, no speed limit. Then it'll go from 120 to like 30 within 10 seconds. And then the blitzer's right there at the edge. It's like, bro. 3, interesting.
Let me know if you live there or been there. How bad are those blitzers that they're talking about? Because that sounds a little intense, I'm not going to lie. I mean, we all speed in the U.S., I'm not terrible with it, but let me know how bad those blitzers are. That's different.
I had no idea. You have to pay for bathrooms here. Is that weird to you?
That is weird, and I honestly am going to be completely honest. Honestly, I will pee on the side of the road before I pee in the bathroom. Now, if I have to go to reduce, that's a different story, and
it might be worth 50
I'll have
cents.
to pay. But it's still hard for me to cough up change when I have to go to the bathroom because I've never done that before in my life.
It's usually like 50 cents or €1. But keep in mind, for those people who are used to paying for bathrooms, We grew up in a country where you do not pay for bathrooms ever. Not one time in our life have we said, we need to go to the bathroom, here's money for it.
Right.
So that's the reason why it's weird. If you are from a country like ours, it'll be different.
Right.
Carry change around, pay for the bathroom.
Yes.
Number 4, air conditioning.
99.
I'm glad they put the writing down there because I was reading it, and how it helps with the maintenance and keeping them clean and everything. And I understand where they come from with that. And I'll be honest with you, it's pretty rare for me to use a public restroom, mainly because they're dirty. And, if you gotta pee, you gotta pee, whatever. But like you said, you got gaps that are like this big in between the stalls. And, giant gaps on the floor. And it's just like, I'm just not feeling that. Somebody could just walk in and just pee. I'm just not doing that.
9% of people in Germany do not have air conditioning in their house. And I do know why.
Damn, it feels good to be a gangster.
Why?
Because only like 2 months of the year do Germans actually kind of need air conditioning, because only 2 months of the year it's hot enough to where they would need it. And so they have all these little special techniques of keeping it cool without having to have an air conditioner.
But they do have air conditioning in hotels, I've heard.
I think they do.
But in normal family houses, no AC, they do have like the heating wood stoves that heat their house up in the winter.
Right.
No AC, they do have heaters. Make sure you check with the hotel
I think
to
it's
see if they have it. All right, we made
pretty
it to
common
the
in
part
Europe
that
in
will
general,
save
isn't it?
your life. It's very important actually because it has to do with you and the traffic laws. The first one, this is gonna be a few part point. The very first one, if you're on the Autobahn and you're not going over 200 miles per hour, get out of the left lane. The left lane is only for people who are exceptionally fast.
Yes.
And if you are in the way of those people, they could run into you, you could cause an accident. I learned this the hard way because I'm just driving along, I want to go fast. And these people with better cars than me, I have to let go of my ego. I was in a little teeny car like, screw these guys, I want to go fast. They have Audi freaking 300 horsepower cars. They are going...
Right.
Yeah.
It's honestly terrifying because the first time I was driving on the left-hand lane, I looked in the rearview mirror, no one was behind me, and then I saw a little car that was like really far away, and I like looked back for like 4 seconds. I looked back in the rearview mirror, it was like 4 feet from me, like.
Yeah. People will race on the freeway, and the rule that you should adhere to, if you can, is if there's nobody in front of you that you have to pass, you should always be to the very far right. That's what Germans do. They're the very far right lane. If somebody's going slower than you, then you can move to the left, and you only pass on the left. This is the second part. Only pass on the left. If you pass on the right, you could also cause an accident because Germans are used to being able to pull over and having nobody on their right-hand side. It's actually very smart, and it makes traffic go a little bit smoother. I think Americans should implement this too. It could save your life. Just get over to the right-hand side, make sure you're paying attention, watch out for blitzers, and that's all. Those are 5 things. I hope you guys liked the video, and I hope that you also learned something. Like I said before, I am somebody who is always learning on my computer, on my phone, trying to learn about cameras, places that I'm going. And in doing that, I came in contact with Great Courses Plus, who is the sponsor of this video, and I want to let you guys know. That if you are also...
Okay, well, that was an interesting video. I honestly... Yes, I'm cutting him off in the sponsorship. I wasn't expecting the blitzers. Like, I knew about the Autobahn. I knew it was basically unlimited speed. Everybody, that's like, over here in the U.S., Germany is known for beer, bread, and the Autobahn. Like, that's just what we know you for. But I had no idea about the blitzers and how little time they actually give you. Now, I want you, if you live there, you've lived there your whole life or been there multiple times, verify that just to make sure they're not exaggerating it. But I definitely was not expecting to see that. That was a very interesting video, and I like how they explained the rules on as far as driving at the end. So let me know, make sure that those are correct and they explain them correctly. But other than that, thank you guys so much for watching. I appreciate y'all being here today, and like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe to the channel. It's free for you. Helps me out tremendously. But other than that, thank you guys so much for being here. And we'll see you on the next one. Bye.